Access Sportsnet Lakers brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. I'm Chris McGee alongside Robert Ory, Big Game James Worthy, and we have Mike Trudell in Houston. The Lakers have now won 7 straight games, 10 of 11. They sweep the mini-series against the Houston Rockets. They are in 3rd place in the Western Conference, 19 games over 500. They own the tiebreaker now for the season over Denver, Minnesota, and Houston, which is huge. Listen, we're going to talk Luka Magic and the way he closed that game. We're going to talk about, I don't know, the greatest game ever played by a 41-year-old, LeBron James, who went for 30 on 13 of 14. But first, James and Rob, I want to start with the 7-game win streak, and this one specifically. Game 2 in Houston, just an incredible gut check moment there going into the 4th, James, after they were outscored 37-22 in the 3rd and dominated in the first half. The Lakers dominated. But in that 3rd, Houston threw that big heavyweight punch. But the Lakers responded. They did it with defense, clutch shooting, and the big 3 going off.
Yeah, there used to be a time in this studio where I might say, okay, they won the first game against Houston, back-to-back game. That might be one that we might give up. But I don't know if we've seen this team play the way they've been playing. They're playing championship caliber basketball right now. And I don't think we've seen that in quite some years. You know, it's been a long time since we've seen this type of basketball with the defense, you know, emphasis on that part of the game. And these guys are willing to play for one another. The chemistry's really good. They're moving up in the standings. I don't think I've seen this in quite some time. So to have this type of impact in the standings and have a collective effort led by today. I mean, Luka did his thing, but LeBron, man, it was amazing what he was able to do today to lead this team. So they're playing really good basketball right now. It's contagious. You see it from Marcus Smart sometimes. You see it from Luka sometimes. You see it from Ayton sometimes. You see it from Rui, Austin. So when you start to get that kind of gel, that kind of blend on both ends of the court, that's a good thing.
Rob, what kind of stands out? I mean, you shoot 60%. You shoot 47% from 3. You have 30 assists. You kind of battle in that rebounding edge. You're only down by 4. Usually Houston wins that. They're the top rebounding team in the league. The defense in the 4th, like, what kind of sticks out for you when you're watching that game?
You know, I think it has to go to the first half. Because I think they mark in the first half the way they guarded KD, even though KD got hot in the second half. But I think when you start a game out, you start out with the energy and the effort, and it can carry over into the second half. And I think that carry over to not so great in the 3rd quarter, but it's how you finish. It went over into the 4th quarter, how they was playing great defense, rebounding, and paying attention to details. That's something the Lakers sometimes have issues with, that they don't know how to close games out back in the past because they want to do the little things. But you think about all the steals they got, all the rebounds they had to fight for. So I think the attention to details and the way they started the game out was a carryover to the second half.
Rob, I think that's such a great answer. I wrote this down. KD in 4 straight quarters, second half of game 1, first half of game 2, 4 points. That's a damn good job defensively. You're talking one of the great scorers of all time.
You think about Durantula. You think about all the things he can do offensively, what he can do. He claims he's not 7 feet tall, but he is.
He is.
He can handle the ball like a point guard, and it's hard to block a shot. I don't think I've ever seen someone go straight up with him and block a shot. You've seen people get it from the blind side, but he's such a great scorer. We always talk about DeMar DeRozan, you know, and how great he is at mid-range. KD is probably just as good as him or better. And I think he can do that because he can jump over the top of you. You see him in his warm-ups, how he prepares for the game. They're all mid-range. You hardly ever see him shoot a lot of outside shots, but he's so good. He's one of those prolific scorers that we talk about. We had to graph it up there. Yeah. He's about to pass MJ. And so he's just an amazing scorer. But when they play team defense on him, how they blitz him, I think they call it fire. When they fire and get it out of his hand, smart coaching.
Yeah, great coaching as well, especially during this streak. We've seen all the adjustments. James, let's talk Luka and the way he closed that game. I got 4 plays in a row for you. He had the dagger. He had the big 3, and then back-to-back split the defense around the back, lobs, no look, and then the dagger 3. There's the first one.
Yeah, I mean,
the spinning 3 is what I should have said.
Yes. Like a spinning top, man. He spun the defense around, and he ended up wide open. That one was risky.
That's
I don't know if I would attempt that. I don't know too many people that would attempt a behind the back split the defense.
No look.
And then throw a no look lob over to Rui. And then gets it to Ayton and gets it back. You know what's coming. spinning, throwing a lob up to LeBron this time. Has eyes in the side of his head, no look pass. He saw LeBron coming baseline. Great play. Rob, you take this one.
Yeah, no, right here, everybody's like, relax, and you know what? I'm going to get the rock and dance, dribble. Jabari, you ain't even been in the league long enough to stop me, man. You still young. You know, anytime you can shoot a ball of a guy who went to Auburn, I love it even more. He just right the dagger right in his eye.
In the reaction of his teammates, you see AR and LeBron come over, and DA, that is what I do. It's basically what he said. What'd he say, Rob?
You tell me what he said.
You say it, Rob.
You the host.
You got more money than me, you say it. Most career games with 40 points and 10 assists in NBA history. The Big O did it 46 times. James Harden has done it 32 times, and he's still playing. Impressive. Luka Doncic already 26 times. Absolute crazy fourth quarter for Luka once again. All right, now we got to get to LeBron. As Luka said to Mike Trudell, we don't win this game without him. The way he played on both ends of the floor and that zone that he was in the first half, scoring 8 at the first quarter, having 18 at half, and ending up with 30 on 13 of 14 from the field. He also, at one point, James, had a crazy block underneath the basket where he had to do it with his left hand. He did not foul. That was a part of the big rally of Lakers. He just was magnificent tonight.
It's a new LeBron. You know, he's had this career. He's already run 4. He's broken the records. Now he's got Luka on his team with a dynamic Austin Reeves. And he's finding a new way to still dominate without having to take all the pressure and all the pounding. And it's just wonderful to see that he's developed this game as, like I say, I'm going to call it, Rob's call him a specialist. I like that. And that's what he is. Still doing what LeBron has been doing his whole career, but allowing other stars to flourish and play their game as well. So what he did tonight, Geeta, was just remarkable.
You know, I don't know how many points it was, but y'all remember when Klay Thompson scored I think 50 points on 5 dribbles?
Wasn't it 36 in one quarter off of only a couple dribbles?
Yeah, it was crazy. Like and that's what we saw in LeBron tonight. You think about it. He didn't really put the ball on the floor that many times. I'm not counting like this right here where you try to get to the hole. Like when he tried to create a shot like a Luka does. Think about it. The alley-oops here, even though...
I think he had 5 or 6 dunks.
Yeah, 5 or 6 dunks.
2 threes.
And 2 threes. And for me, that's efficient. When you can score without dribbling the basketball to try to create, and for me, that's great for LeBron because, let's be honest, if you dribble a rock, that takes a lot out of you because you got to make this move, you got to pick it up, you got to hesitate, you got to spin. But when LeBron can put 2, 3 dribbles and get to the rack and dunk, or just sit there and pump fake, shoot a 3, or catch and shoot, that's how I want to see LeBron play. Don't get me wrong. There's times where you can do all that and put it on the floor, but I love it when you make the game easy for him. I mean, just get it to him going downhill, dunk, get it to him in the corner for the jumper, because that's prime LeBron, because he doesn't have to, extend all that energy. And that's what, think about it. He's 40 years old, playing this game at a high level. You ain't got all that energy, Geeta. Sometimes the tank going to be empty.
It's just absolutely incredible. And just over the last 11 days, listen, this team has won 7 in a row. They've won 10 out of 11, but they've changed narratives for the people that are kind of finally catching on and really starting to watch this team. In the last 11 days, they've beaten the Knicks, they've beaten the Nuggets, they've beaten the T-Wolves, and they've beaten the Rockets twice. That's 5 wins over
playoff teams.
Not just playoff teams, but 4 top 10 teams in the league.
Yeah.
That's something.
That's a mindset.
That's something.
That's a mindset.
That's real.
That's in your team meetings after looking at some video and having the conversations that you decide that we're better than what we're seeing on this, on this critique film. We're better than this. Our effort's better. Our concentration and execution is better. And they made a decision when they got everybody back. Ayton decided that he's going to step up. But I'm going to say this. I know Luka, LeBron, and Austin doing their thing, but I still think the key ingredient is Marcus Smart.
I was just going to say,
and
Marcus
I'm not
Smart.
in the locker room every day, but I can sense
Yeah.
that he's put his feel on this team defensively, and they have connected in that area. I give him a lot of credit for that.
He has been absolutely incredible what he has done for this team, igniting them on the defensive end, hitting clutch shots. DeAndre Ayton, another big game as well. And guys, you know what the key to this whole thing is? Availability. The team's been healthy. So they're playing together, and JJ's been able to, like, find his rotations and play with that. And believe me, they had, what, 49 games this year where one of those guys wasn't playing? All right, time to hear from Coach JJ Redick, brought to you by your Toyota dealers.
And Luka breaking down the defense.
Yeah, we was able to lock down defensively in the fourth. Obviously, we entered the fourth down 3, I believe, and only gave up 24 points, I think, in the fourth. And we was able to clean glass. We didn't give up too many offensive rebounds, and then we scored. And we didn't turn the ball over. You know, versus a team like this who, you know, super athletic. You know, they hold and grab and very physical. So, and 9 times out of 10, if you turn the ball over them, it's a pick 6. So we did a great job of not doing that in the fourth.
Gazillion dunks tonight. How you really feeling, man? I mean, really feeling right now.
Oh, right. I mean, right now. Look at me right now. Right now, I feel like shit right now. But in the game, I felt pretty good. Before the game, I didn't feel that great. I mean, I was yawning and tired and telling myself, I was literally just like talking to myself like, come on, here we go. Let's figure it out. Let's get through it. So, but I felt pretty good in the game, and like I said, I'm happy I'm able to make a few plays to help our team win.
Where did you find energy from? What division is it?
I mean, if I'm in uniform, I got to try to see what I can give, and that's where it stemmed from.
Kevin said the other night on Monday it felt like a Lakers home game here. Did you feel that similarly tonight? How would you assess the crowd?
Nah, we felt like we was on the road. I mean, obviously we made some big plays, and we had some fans in the stands, and we always love when Laker faithful, you know, travel with us, or, you know, or in the same city. But it felt like a road game, and we had our road mentality tonight.
Playoff vibes tonight?
Yeah, it felt like that.
LeBron, JJ Redick said that seeing you do what you're doing at your age, when y'all are the same age, makes him feel like a loser. What do you think about him saying that?
Nah, he's shit. If he's a loser, we're all in deep shit. You know, but you know, it's great to be able, like I said, to you know, go out there and you know, the coaching staff gave us a great game plan. And then it's up to us to go out and try to execute it. And it starts with AR, it starts with Luka. And we all just try to filter, you know, do what we need to do to try to help all that, you know, come into fruition and into a win. So we've been playing some good ball of late, and we got to continue that.
LeBron James. You going to do a little Access 360, Rob?
Of course. We're going to
do the wall for this.
Yes.
You know, do that. You know what?
But you know what's funny?
I'm not going to say it.
This is one of those ones you probably want to do some flames for him, but nah, them flames are for James, not for LeBron James. And so in this one, you're going to see how LeBron is able to play defense. Right here is the back. He always talks about pick 6. This is kind of a pick 6 for him. He's kind of hiding behind Sengun because you got great pressure on the basketball. Oops, I'm going to pick this off. And right here, AR learned from last time, but not punching the ball. He pokes it this time off to the races. First dunk by LeBron James. LeBron James. Now AR is trying to set this up. This is a pretty play because why is Sengun that high on Jackson Hayes? I don't know, hands on my knees, but then LeBron goes backdoor. I thought that pass was going out of bounds, but he used the escalator to go all the way to the top and get that. Now, LeBron says, I'm going to give it to you in the post. Katie, what are you doing? You're not even paying attention to the most dangerous man on the planet. Now, he misses this, which he normally does, but who cleans it up? That man again, LBJ for the dunk. Now, you'll play a little defense right here. We're going to show you. I'm back here playing that linebacker or DB, whatever you want to call him. LeBron James, a bad man on the backside of this defense. Oh, you think you're going to get this slip because KD got it early, and I learned from that mistake. I didn't get over it in time enough, and that's what you do. You make adjustments in game. Do y'all remember the one when KD went down there and got a dunk? But this time LeBron was over there in time to say, you know what, Jabari? That's what we do to Auburn guys. We beat that crap up. Get that up out of here.
Yes.
See, if he went to Alabama, he'd probably stuck it on him, but he went to Auburn.
Auburn. Roll Tide. Big game clap.
That was a good 360, man. I break it down. Yeah, I mean, defense, I heard it in the 80s. Defense and rebounding. And it's true. You can have a hot team, shoot a lot of threes, but you can give up offensive rebounds that'll destroy that. You can, you know, turn the ball over that would destroy that. The Lakers you can not play the type of defense you have to play down the stretch. You can destroy your possibilities. Right now, they're doing everything to enhance their possibilities of winning games. You know, down the stretch, back-to-back games, doesn't matter. It's good to see that they finally have a right. They've been searching for it. And it's been frustrating for them, too. to play a couple good games, know that they got potential, not have it all in the season, and then come back and try to do it again. This year, with a full year of everybody healthy, they're finding some things that are sticking at the right time. I think this is going to stick and stay. I don't think it's going to go away.
Winning 2 straight games against the same team in their gym obviously is a very difficult thing to do in the NBA. You kind of think of a game 1, game 2 in a playoff series. You took that big punch they said in the third quarter. How did you guys kind of fight back, and we're starting with you and LeBron on the floor to start the fourth quarter?
I think it's just staying the course, sticking to the game plan, continuing to play hard, and trust what we're doing is going to work. You're going to go through ebbs and flows of the game. You wish it could be perfect, but not any game is going to be perfect, especially against a team that plays that hard, that physical. You just got to keep chipping away, and feel like that's what we did tonight. And then obviously Luka came in and put on a clinic.
I have to imagine that as a player, like the moments like the back-to-back dunks and then Luka's step back three, that has to be kind of peak fun, like in another team's gym. Like what are the feelings on the court like that?
Yeah, I mean, I had zero effect on any of those, and they were my 3 favorite plays of the night. Just like I said, he took over the game. That's about all you can say. He dominated the fourth quarter and got us a big win.
DJ said that the team's connectedness is a big part of the 7-game win streak. How fun is it out there when everyone is on the same page like it seems like they are right now?
That's what you want in sports, any sport. No matter what you're playing, if you're all bought into one goal and it's at the end of the game, having more points than the other team, it makes it fun. And, you're not going to win every game. You're not going to win every game, but when you're fighting, hard as you possibly can every single game to do that, it makes work fun. I think you can tell from how the reaction of everybody on our team, probably staff as well, when Luka hit that step back 3. There's no selfishness, no nothing like that. It's let's win games.
As the MVP rate, 40 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds. Here he is with Mike Trudell in the media.
Luka, there were a couple plays in the fourth quarter where you were supposed to put a double team and you guys got the baseline cutter, which was like, it looked like a Reed type chemistry play. And those plays just kind of emblematic of how together this team is right now.
Yeah, I think so. I think so for sure. You saw the low man step up. So the cut was wide open. So we did it twice. It worked twice. So I think it was just nice place.
Doing this 7-game win streak, what it be like most about you guys are playing?
Sorry, who?
Doing the 7-game win streak, what it be like the most about this time that you guys are playing? What you guys have been, the fans on. When you talk right now, I'm interested. How many languages when you talk?
Off the camera. It was in English. I made sure he understands it.
So what set you off in the fourth quarter? You already had 30 by the time you got to the fourth quarter, but it seemed like you even hit an extra gear in the fourth quarter.
No, it was in the first quarter after I missed like first 4 shots. Then he started talking. I heard him, so I was in the first quarter.
Look, we had a breakaway in the first half and laid it up. LeBron gave you the notice to the bench. What do you think of that?
It's 2 points, man. I was tired. I had like 3 open layups. I didn't dunk it, but 2 points. I don't care.
But the old guy's dunking everything.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty impressive. It's insane.
Kind of along those lines, he was 8 for 8 in the first half. Tonight, LeBron, he's had one other half in his career. He's had one other half in his career where he's shot 100% and made at least 8, and it was 15 years ago to the date today. Just his sort of longevity. What do you, now seeing it and experiencing it, what do you kind of make of that?
I mean, it's pretty awesome to see him, every day just experience greatness. I said today that he was a player of the game, And I think another moment is when he and AR started the fourth quarter. We were down 3 and we just got like a 9-0 run. They did an amazing job. So that was key to the games, those 2 moments.
A few weeks ago, those big runs that teams would go against you guys seemed to do you guys in a little bit in the second half, like the Phoenix game or the Orlando game. How have you guys been able to switch that so you can bounce back from like a 20-5 third quarter run tonight?
I mean, yeah, they did it today in the third quarter. You know, we just responded. You know, we say it's time to close the game, and that's what we do.
All right, here's what's ahead on the Laker calendar. Yeah, that game's tomorrow at 5, and it's not in Houston, it's in Miami. So they're going to fly all the way there. Then they play the Magic on Saturday, and then the Pistons on a Monday, and then the Pacers on a Wednesday, and then you're back home to take on the Brooklyn Nets.